What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. I just got back from a weekend of vending down in the lower mainland, British Columbia at Vancouver, and it was a pretty big collectibles show, lots of sports cards, lots of Pokemon, some One Piece was there as well, and I gotta tell you, the market sentiment is really changing based on like the previous 6 months of vending and the previous 6 months of me selling booster boxes and all the stuff. Like, it's a very different vibe. A lot of nervous energy, which is interesting. A lot of people who want to get out of the hobby, like selling. And I'm talking not necessarily the collectors, I'm talking about the vendors. So I think in that sense, it's really cool because this is an opportunity. Like, I think this starting basically October, November of 2025 is the next opportunity to really make a move. If you have a little bit of money, if you have a little bit of capital, now's the buying opportunities. Like, I had vendors coming up to me constantly throughout the weekend trying to get rid of some cards. And to be honest with you, I have a little bit of extra capital right now, so I can afford to buy some cards to make my display a little bit nicer. And I didn't take on much sealed product for the time being. Like, I kind of separate my budget for the shows and for my sealed stuff at home. So that budget is basically all going to distribution, and you can check out my recent video on how to get a distribution if you want to learn more about what I think about that. I talked pretty heavily about just spending. You're always chasing the credit card a little bit. But at the show, man, the opportunities were ripe for the taking. And I like that. And people are not upset by it either. Like, now I'm talking about the collectors. They were happy to take trades at 70, 80% because they're a little bit scared. They still want to get the cards that they want. So the collection actually isn't leaving, right? But they want to get as good of a value as they can for the cards that they don't necessarily want. And what used to be, oh, I'm going to shop this around because I want to get 90 to 95% for these cards. Now it's like, I really hope someone's going to pay me 80%, but I'll probably take 70 or 75%. It's a very interesting change in the market. That being said, what hasn't changed is the high demand for the new stuff. I think I brought 8 booster boxes of Phantasmal Flames this weekend, and they were sold out on day one. I brought a few booster bundles, which sold out right away. I brought out the Mega Lucario boxes, which sold decently well, and the Reshiram Salamence boxes, 5 packs of Destined Rivals, 5 packs of Surging Sparks, and those all sold out as well throughout the weekend. So it's kind of it's a really interesting thing as we see some Sword and Shield boxes starting to correct, as we see some earlier Scarlet and Violet boxes starting to correct. People are still extremely hyped for the new stuff. I saw a few of the Charizards be pulled over the weekend. I saw a few of them move hands. None of them actually came to my table. I was pretty hesitant personally to be buying Phantasmal Flames cards just because of how new it is. Like, literally came out on Friday. So I was really lowballing Phantasmal Flames cards because I don't want to get caught buying at even 70% when the cards might drop by 50 to 100%. So that's just a personal preference. I don't want to take that risk on, but I certainly want to take some of the risk if people are willing to bring me good cards, because personally, I believe that this has already come to pass, that the 10 to 20% correction has happened on lots of these cards. We're at a little bit of a valley right now, and now is a ripe time to buy. I also think that is true in lots of things. Like, Bitcoin is down right now. What am I doing? I'm buying a little bit of extra Bitcoin. It's not like I'm putting a ton of money in. I'm just slowly feeding it. And I don't know, I just put in a little bit every month, and it doesn't really matter at what cost. I'm not looking at the cost every single day. I think that's just so silly. But it's so easy to get caught up in looking at the cost every single day. How much is my collection worth today? How much is my collection worth tomorrow? How much is my collection worth the next day? But that's just so silly. It gets you so emotionally attached to the dollar value rather than just, hey, I have this collection. People want the cards that I have. I'm confident that people are going to continue wanting the cards that I have, and let's make some trades, baby. So I'm really taking this opportunity to assess where I'm at. I want to know that, like, are people actually leaving the hobby? Because it sure didn't feel like it. The hall was still busy Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, there's lots of people still interested in Pokemon. If you go on TikTok and you go on Twitch and you go on Whatnot and Drip and YouTube and everything, eBay Live, there's still lots of people selling Pokemon cards. There's still lots of people ripping Pokemon cards. So I don't think the demand is actually down. I just think people are more hesitant to spend their dollars on some of the things that had really boomed over the last 6 months, if that makes sense. So there's just this shift of energy. People want to rip the new set, but people don't want to pay top dollar for the 6-month-old sets. And honestly, I think that's a really healthy place for the hobby. This is my personal opinion, but I'm hoping what happens actually is that it starts to get a little bit more challenging for people to just go to GameStop or go to Walmart and then bring it to the card show and flip it for a quick buck. Like, that's what frustrates people in the hobby. And that happened a lot this weekend still. I haven't even received my Charizard UPCs yet. And there were UPCs all throughout the hall of people who went to GameStop on Friday morning release day, bought it, and then are flipping it right away. So as long as that continues to take place, there's still going to be scalping. There's still going to be room for doubling your money overnight. And as soon as there's an opportunity to double your money overnight, I mean, people are going to take it. It's right. That's just the way things are. People are, you can call it greedy or you can call it opportunistic. People are going to do that. As soon as that opportunity diminishes, that's when things are going to get a little bit better. And people are getting scared. There's a lot of vendors who that was their business model all summer because they could just tramp around to all the stores. I don't know why I said tramp. They can go around to all the stores and they can search for the product, buy the product, and then flip it at the next show. And down in Vancouver or around BC, there's a show every single week, right? Every single weekend. So the opportunities are just endless to do that constant flip and make some money. Now, it feels like those people aren't seeing the type of returns that they're wanting. And I actually talked to a lot of vendors that were like, yeah, I'm just going to get out until the market's hot again. What? That just seems so wrong to me. This is the time to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time to start stocking up, be a little bit patient, and then get the gold at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Back in 2020 and 2021, as Pokemon was booming, now those people who held on through 2022 and 2023, Scarlet and Violet Base, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, those people are the ones who are absolutely loving life right now. And now the new opportunity for Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames, Destined Rivals, Journey Together, all this black and white stuff. This is when the new opportunity is. Maybe it's an opportunity in singles. Maybe it's an opportunity in sealed. Maybe it's an opportunity of all the above. I don't know. I'm really assessing. I think there's a good opportunity over the coming months to really take my business to the next level. And I think that if you're in vending, if you're getting distribution, if you're just flipping, now's the time. I'd be pulling the trigger on a lot of good cards because they are on a discount right now. And realistically, if they correct another 10 to 20%, that just doesn't bug me one bit. I'm totally okay with that. That's me. What do you guys think? I just totally sense this shift in the market. And yet, as I'm watching things online, as I'm reading things, as I'm reading the room at these events, it's not a shift in the fact that people are quitting Pokemon. That's the kind of point of this video. It's a shift of, I'm scared about the prices. I might try and cash out while the price is still okay, and yet I still really want to rip some new Pokemon. So I think there's lots of opportunities in the Pokemon market right now. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the little ramble, hit the like button for me and subscribe. We do a live stream most weeks, me and Moff Dog on the Office Dogs podcast. Come hang out on the live stream Rip and Ship that's on Thursday nights at the Poke Office, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's a good time, and I'm just continuing growing the business, trying to do everything I can to really make a go of this Pokemon thing, and I'm doing a lot of things right. I probably do a lot of things wrong, but I'm winning more than I'm losing these days, which is a really good feeling. So if you want to follow along for the journey, make sure you're subscribed. I'm trying to do some videos every so often, and I really need to get into this vending POV video stuff because, I mean, it's the hot ticket item right now, especially in YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram. So keep trying to do that. Keep following along. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you on my next video soon. Adios. Peace.